welcome back. So just a side note, I'm recording outside currently, so there might be a bunch of background noise. If there is, I'm sorry about that in advance, and thank you. So from 2014 to 2020, we got a big variety of product animations, most being good, some being bad. So this video only ranks animation quality, not really anything else. I guess sound could be another factor for one of these. But with that being said, I guess we should just get into the video. So at number 11, I had to put the Ninjago Season 11 animations at the bottom of this list. So here we have the Fire Fang. So this is the animation I'm going to use. These are where the images are from. So you can see here that the sand doesn't look good. The minifigures don't look good at all. The city, what is that? And the sound, if you watch the product animation, is not that good. You can also see that there's a lot of discoloring, and the Pyro Viper's shield, sword, and whatever that thing is slightly discolored, or not slightly, and it's not much. It doesn't look like Lego either, and I don't think I really even like this at all. Not even one bit. This is what the set is supposed to look like. Look how much nicer it looks in real life. And you can also see how much better a Spiro. And look at the Pyro Viper and Destroyers and Pyro Slayers. You can see that they don't have the miscoloring. And what is that staff thingy with the diamond or ruby? That I don't think I saw that in the product animation. So I'm not so sure if I like it. At number 10, we had the Ninjago Sons of Garmadon animations. I guess in the show the animation is good, but the product animations are not so much. You can see we have a Ninja Nightcrawler here, which is where the images are going to be from. So here you can see Lloyd in his Nightcrawler with, I feel like the minifigures are way too glossy. And the pieces are pretty much fine, but the minifigures also seem very off. And I do not like it. Here we have the Mask of Hatred. You can see for the hair strands, they're actually supposed to be rubber in real life. I have the piece, and yes, they are indeed rubber. But here it shows very plasticky, and I feel like they should try to replicate the pieces a bit more. Here you can see a huge mistake with the mask. You can obviously see it's entirely green instead of being green and black. Or green and green. But at number 9, we have the Ninjago Season 3 rebooted animations. So we have the X1 Ninja Charger, but one thing I don't like about this is using things from other stuff. It's not very much to do with the set, and it uses a lot of other stuff. Luckily, it doesn't look like Lego, which is the beauty of Lego product animations. I do not like the minifigures. Instead of being too glossy, they're too shady. And I don't think the pieces really look like Lego. They just look like VFX models. And they don't look textured enough. And this part also looks too much like the show. And I feel like it should look more like Lego. And also the lighting could be better. That's really all I had to say. I don't really like this. And now here we have the Season 4 Tournament Development animations. These are actually good. So from here we get good stuff. So Jay's Electromech. And the only problem I have, it doesn't look like Lego, but it still looks nice in its own way, which you gotta admire. Except you can see this guy's legs, they look too squished and awkward. You can see Jay's looking really good. Look at his head. It looks really nice. It doesn't look like Lego, but it looks good in its own style, which is kind of what matters. But it also, you can tell it's Lego, and you can kind of feel it. Like you can make it, but it's not the best. At number 7, I'm gonna put the Ninjago Season 5 animations. So here we have the final flight of the Destiny's Bounty. Pretty good set, but we're not talking about the sets here. We're talking about the animations. So it looks very good, except I don't think I see the Lego logo on any of the studs, and it looks too VFX. There's not really any texture, and it's a lot like Season 4's animation, which I already went over. But it definitely looks a lot more like Lego than Season 4, but it still has the same thing, except the minifigures are a huge step up. At number 6, we have the Dawn of Iron Doom for the product animation images. So it looks very more modern. It's almost like the Ninjago movie animations, but not. The pieces look way more textured, even though they're not really. But the only thing I really despise about this is the use of VFX for the time words. I guess it makes sense, but I don't really like it. Because most of these product animations use the time words. And also you can see that Master Wu has no printing here. But the minifigures are definitely a huge step up too. But I don't like how flexible the minifigures are. They should be more Lego. And there's not much else I want to say, but yeah, it looks good actually. And you can see one final shot, and you can see how it actually looks like Lego pieces instead of just a VFX model. Modeled after a Lego thing. At number 5, I'm gonna have to put the Ninjago Skybound animations. Here you have Jay's Electro Dragon or Elemental Dragon. It looks very, looks a lot like Season 5, I'd say, except it has its own style. It looks good, and I like the way they did the transparent pieces here. You can get a really good close-up, and you can also feel the Legos. You can see the divisions between all the pieces and plates, and it looks nice. The animation quality is also pretty crisp and smooth, actually, compared to all the other stuff. It's not as chunky and blocky, which I kind of like. But the minifigures, I bet the lighting on Jay is a bit bad. But that's really all. At number 4, I'm gonna have to put the Ninjago Season 12 animations, the only recent season and the most recent season on here. So we have Jay and Lloyd's Velocity Racers here. So these are where the images are from, except Season 12 is very bad at releasing product animations, but the animation quality definitely made up for it. The show might not be not be good, but this certainly is. You can see how the pieces aren't as textured, but they look nice, and the lighting is perfect. It almost feels real, and it feels like just a glorification of reality, which I very much thrive for. This is actually a very popular image. You can see how the faces are well done. You can tell it's Lego, but yet it has its own style to it, and it looks very nice. And also you can see here they did the transparent pieces on these rat gangsters really well. And that's all I have to say. At number 3, I was actually hesitant about this, but the Ninjago movie animation would probably take the cake. So the reason I say this is because I feel like some other animation might be almost as good as this. And the following images are actually of the Green Ninja Mech Dragon. So it looks very good. It looks like Lego, which is a thing I really want. Yet it also tries to move the minifigures in a more Lego sort of way, kind of like the Ninjago movie. The piece's texture is pretty nice and well done. Also, I don't notice any mistakes, and I think the animation is actually pretty smooth, except it could be a little bit chunky at some parts. And I like how the minifigures are done. They look very nice, except maybe that Shark Warrior looks a little bit dull. At number 2, guess what? We have the Ninjago Hunted. So this is the diesel knot where the following images are from. And you can see how nice it looks. It's Lego, and the background is completely different, to the point where you can actually see the difference, and it looks very nice. The pieces have this certain look to them that makes it look good. You can see the dragon army here. It makes it look good, and I like the use of blurriness, and the CGI in the background, sound effects, and everything is done very nicely. And I just love the incorporation of the background, yet using the set more. And I feel like it's kind of not Lego at the same time. You can see one final shot here. You can see how much texture there is on the pieces. It looks Lego, but it doesn't look Lego. You can see the division between the pieces, but I think they tried a bit too hard. Now this is my favorite. This is the best. You cannot get any better than this. This is Cole's Earth Driller. Okay? So this is number one. Number one. So you can see why I like this is because at the start you have it all panned out as like it could take place with you. And it starts out in a house. You can see the stone warriors. They look very realistic, almost like it's stop motion. I'm not sure if it is or not, but it certainly looks good. You can see the minifigures look perfect for the lighting, and they exactly match the lighting. The action is very smooth, and the choreography is also really good. I also like the realistic looking way of the pieces, and it looks like real Lego, yet also looks CGI, which I guess is a good thing. So, and then it turns into the more of a show. In this, it makes it look like real Lego. Everything looks like Lego, and it's like they took a stop motion. I don't know how they did it, but for the Ninjago movie, kind of like that animation, except a little bit less scratchy and a little bit less dense. You can also see a little bit of texture on this warrior, giant stone warrior, which I think makes it look good. And the Lego logo is a lot more realistic with the dot in the middle compared to some of the other ones with just a random Lego logo. So I think they did a wonderful job with this, and I'm in love with this. So now I want you to comment down your favorite product animation for each season, and yeah, just tell me what you think about each one if you can. I'm not so sure I'll have comments, but if I do, make sure to tell me. So with that being said, I'm sorry for this long video, but like, share, subscribe, and stay tuned for more.